I think it's time for a new challenge. Don't you? Although my ticket wouldn't officially begin for several months, I've always tried to keep the Syndicate Diaries series as close to real time as possible, so you could experience the journey alongside me. On one of the lake's rest days, I had a walk around booked, first guided by one of the bailiffs before heading off for a second wander on my own. This should give you a really good idea of how higgledy-piggledy this lake really is. I'm going to leave the tripod just behind me and freehand this, because I've just walked along this bank, which has this bit of water to the left of it. Quite a big body of water, lots to fish out there. You can either carry on and fish from the point there, or you can cut right and come in here. So you've then got this little back channel to fish, where that something just rolled there. Small, oh no, that was a carp. In the water, that's just shifted. You've got this to fish. You can also go up through that little hole there. There's another bit of water you can get to with a spin around this way and carry on walking this way. There's another little hole you can go and fish in, but we'll keep going. This bit I absolutely love. It looks proper autumnal as well. Bear in mind this is only the end of August, but anyway, you've then got this little bit to fish. Or you can carry on out through the path through there. Alternatively, turn left, and I'm guessing, I'm still trying to get my bearings here, this links back up to that body of water we just saw round there, but this is a back channel of the main body of water that's round there. This carries on round, and you go on out the path that way. And this, bearing in mind, is all from one of the main spits or islands that you can fish from, I think. I'm pretty confident that's correct. This looks absolutely beautiful. It's coming through here with all the leaves on the ground. And although I'm not, oh, kingfisher, two of them. So a pair of kingfishers just flew off. Although I'm not fishing for a good few months at the moment, I'm already itching because look at the views. Every sort of corner you go around, there's another little avenue. Dappled sunlight coming down through the trees onto the rather yellow looking ground. And it's quite interesting because for me, I enjoy both aspects of fishing. I enjoy the fishing side of things, of course I do, but I also enjoy the filmmaking. And if a venue lends itself to looking picturesque like this one does, it just makes the whole experience even more enjoyable for me. I think I've gone the back the right way for the tripod. Yes, there it is. It makes everything more enjoyable for me because there's several aspects to my fishing which I get enjoyment from. Getting that lovely shot of a willow hanging over a path, or leaves on the ground, or the kingfishers, and as you're catching beautiful fish to boot, it's the complete package. And so far, walking around for the second time trying to get my bearings, I'm looking at all the different, just everywhere you go. Sorry, I'm probably making you sick spin the camera on that. Everywhere you go, there's a little viewpoint through to the lake. So it definitely seems like the sort of venue that where you're fishing will be completely away from anyone else. You feel like you're on a different planet to most people, and yet they could only be 10 yards behind you on a different part of the lake. It's completely different water. This is just one spit, one island, but it gives you an idea of, like I said, how much of a maze this place is. It's definitely screaming out to me a stalking type water. I've just noticed how awful my hair is looking at the moment as well. Apologies, my hat wasn't in the car. Desperately in need of a haircut, but that's not why you're watching these videos. If you want to give me some stick, give me stick about the hair. It's warranted. And all of that was just from one island. There's another main island, and there's actually two smaller islands at the very top end as well. I'm running out of time because I'm just getting sidetracked with every little cubby hole, every little swim you can pop your head in, seeing fish, and I've actually seen some fish as well in the weed as well. And I'm not even fishing. I'm not fishing for several months yet. But I'm already getting excited about wetting the line in here because it's just, there's so much opportunity. Obviously also a lot of room for error as well, but the challenge is going to be finding fish and then outfoxing them in their habitat where they know where to hide, what to do. They'll probably know when you're here as well. So that's all part of the excitement. But I'm nearly back at the car park. Do a little bit further and then I do have to shoot on because I'm losing a lot of time wandering around just the small parts of the lake. I'm very, very slowly getting my bearings for this place. I'm having a cross-reference with the map that I've got with me. But it is definitely seeming like the sort of place if you caught something and you met back up with people in the car park. So how'd you get on? You told them you caught it. Oh, where'd you catch that from? You'd be like, right, so at the car park, you go left over the first bridge and then you carry straight on. When you get to the split in the road, you then choose to take the left bridge, go over that one, wind around that one for about 20 metres or so, and then you hang a little right through a little gully, and then you find there's a little hole. Not there yet. Then you turn left and you carry on just over the little crest, turn around by the corner shop, back on yourself by 15 yards, and it's just about 20 metres beyond there. And they'll be like, I know what you mean. But at the moment, there's lots of names of swims, names of islands and things. I have no idea. What I do know is that there's lots of places for these fish to hide. I've come across quite a few on the surface, and my ticket's not going to be starting until next year. But I do think that when it comes to the warmer months, it's going to be very much lending itself to free line tactics, bred on the surface, finding them, stuff like that. I may be completely wrong, and maybe some people that have fished on here before watching this video and be like, he hadn't got a clue what he's getting himself into. But right now, coming in with a fresh pair of eyes, fresh ideas and seeing what I'm seeing, that's probably how I'd approach it as well. Let's head back to the car park. I gotta go in a minute and we'll discuss a bit more about maybe what your approach would be going forwards. Well, another brew back at the fishing hut, the hub? The hub.
We just call it the hut.
The hut, that's good enough. It's got tea in it, so I'm happy. And you've shown me around this morning.
Yep.
Of course, the first time you ran through all these names. This is such, this is that. I'm not gonna lie, it was display none of it stayed.
It's an absolute maze. It takes you a while to get it.
Yeah.
It's one of those waters you can't just turn up and figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I've just done a second lap. I say a lap. You can't really call it a lap if it's in and out, here, there, and everywhere. But I've gone around it a second tour by myself, and I've got a bit more to grips with it. But still, so much to get your head around. And I haven't actually said on camera, the first time I ever walked around this place was, I told you earlier, was when I was probably 13 from my granddad with the old owner, which I believe you knew.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was, I just walked around my granddad in the summer holidays one day. He knew the old owner, and it was back in the days of a forum called Carp.com, which I think still runs.
It does.
And I posted some photos of this lake and just said, I walked around there today with my granddad. Like, anyone know any info? And straight away I got a personal message from, I'm guessing, the then owner saying, that's Ashmead. Take those photos down, because I think it was quite hush. It was an elite.
Yeah, it was always back there. Syndicate.
Yeah, and I had no idea of this place. To me, it was just my granddad took me around the lake. I was interested.
Yeah.
And here we are, 17, 18 years later?
Looks a bit different.
It does. It's absolutely stunning lake. I think everyone would agree with that. If you haven't seen it before, or if you have, it's beautiful. And I'm sure as the seasons roll through, it's going to take different forms, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. But a bit more about the place, maybe. We'll start with the stock. That's what everyone likes to know about.
So the stock's kind of an unknown thing. It's all original fish. They're all original Ashmead fish. It was originally stocked a long time ago. I think it was like 70s. Don't quote me on that, but pretty sure it's all original. There's been no real stocking since then. We do have a stock pond. We bring our own fish on, original Ashmead fish. So there are still some of the originals in there, and they're still going.
But the next question will be on everyone's lips will be, what sort of size do they go to? Although it's all about what they look like as well for me, but
so
what are we looking at?
I mean, we've definitely got fish into the 40s. There's a few big commons floating around. There's obviously the big one that's maybe there, so we hope so.
Yeah.
So, but there's plenty of 30s and 40s in there waiting to be.
And as with any place, there's always the rumours of a fish that hasn't been caught for a while. I think that always keeps people coming back thinking, what if it is in there? You're only going to find out once it's in someone's net.
Exactly.
And that's what obviously keeps a lot of people coming back. Now also, it's changed how it's been run several times over the years as well.
Yeah, so the Carp site took it over in 2021, and they originally ran it as sort of a booking system, so you could book on for the week or whatnot. And that ran pretty well for a few years, but then last October, the decision was made to bring it back to a syndicate. So this is our first summer back as a syndicate with the Carp Society. I think it's gone pretty well so far. Everyone's just settled in.
And a spot has just come up, hence why I'm here, because I am about to join on here. Not at the moment. I would love to. Obviously, I've seen some of the members today and the potential of a guestie before my ticket starts, but I'm looking 7 months down the line. But already the cogs are starting to whir. I'm thinking of how I'd approach, and I don't know if there's any set way, but from what I've seen so far, it's dropping on, feeding fish, light bait and tactics.
It's a unique water. It's finding fish and setting traps, and a lot of watercraft. It's a very old school approach. Definitely, it's if you put the work in here, you'll be rewarded.
Yeah. So, well, it's definitely a bit of me, and I've run out of time. I was supposed to have left a quarter of an hour ago. I'm not doing too bad. Normally, I'm well too late, but I'm going to shoot off in a minute, finish this cup of tea, of course. Thanks for showing me around.
Yeah, no problem at all.
And of course, you guys will next see this place when I'm actually fishing, and I cannot wait.